Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our last ever death predictions video for Fear the Walking Dead. We're going to do our death predictions for the double series finale of the series and talk about who's going to survive and who's going to die. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for Fear the Walking Dead, and in today's video we're going to be doing our last death predictions video to ever be done for Fear the Walking Dead. We did a death predictions video for the second half of the season, but now of course with the final episodes, the final two episodes, really kind of like one big episode, we're going to do the final ever death predictions that we're ever going to do for Fear the Walking Dead. So that's it guys, Fear the Walking Dead death prediction videos are over. We got one more left, and well, let's see who they kill off in the final two episodes of the series. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty bloody finale, if I had to assume. Especially because Fear the Walking Dead, that's the one thing I'll say about the show. It is not afraid to kill off basically anybody. I mean, seriously, they will kill anybody at any time, and they don't care. Even if it sucks, even if it's a terrible writing decision, they will go ahead and do it, you know? So, yeah, I've thought about this for a while. Some of you guys have been asking, Dan, would you do a death predictions video for the final two episodes? So I was like, okay, you know what? We'll go ahead and do this. So let's start off. We'll go through everybody from our group, everybody that's currently in the show right now. We're not really going to touch base on characters that are not really relevant, you know what I mean? Like Tobias and stuff like that. We're not going to go into those type of characters, but we'll just go over the ones that we have for the series, the ones that we know are going to be in the last two episodes, stuff like that. So getting started with Madison. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't think that they brought her back just to kill her again. Madison, at least, I don't. I don't think she's a character that they would bring back just to kill again. I think she will be a character that they'll probably end up using in the franchise later on. I know there are clips of her with the, the flare and stuff like that, but I just don't see it. If anything, I think that being in the trailer just proves our point even more that she'll probably survive. So I'm saying no. I think Madison will probably have one of those scenarios where it looks like she's about to sacrifice herself, it looks like she's about to die, and then at the last minute something will happen. That's what I think. I think she'll get a close call, but overall she'll survive. Now moving into Anton, Victor Strand. He is actually a character that I'm going to predict dead. I know that might sound insane to some of you guys, but I am starting to really think that they're setting Victor up to die, which I would be absolutely down for. I think they're really starting to wreck his character, to be honest. I think they're really starting to mess him up. It's sad, too, because I used to really like Victor, but these days, I just don't care about him. I don't like a lot of the stuff they're doing with him. The writing is not good for him. And honestly, if he can go out, sacrificing himself for his family and does something that's not selfish for once, it's not going to repair what they did with his character, but at least it'll be like, okay, all right, you know what? Fine. He died for his family. He died for his group. He did something that wasn't selfish in the end as he dies. That's the best case scenario for Strand right now. Because him surviving, I just don't think he deserves to after all the flip-flopping he's done. But I think him giving himself up for his family and for the rest of the characters would actually be a really cool scene. If they did it right, I think it would be really good. So I am going to say Victor Strand is dead. I do think so. I think Victor's going to die. I think he'll be one of our big deaths of this episode. Probably episode 12. Next one is Daniel. Daniel, no, because I think they're going to kill Victor off. I think Daniel's fine. I think Daniel, as well as, I'll throw her in here too. Luciana, as much as I think she's useless to the story and she doesn't really do much, I think Luciana will survive too. I think Daniel and Luciana as a father-daughter type relationship will live out the series, I think. And I want it to as well, because though I don't care much about Luciana, I really care about Daniel. I really like Daniel, and I want to see everything that's good for him, I want to see Daniel have a happy ending. I think the man deserves it. Sure, some of the writing for him in Season 7 wasn't the greatest, but, I think they've really made him a lot more, himself this season, and I think, he deserves a good ending. I think Daniel definitely deserves one, and I think they'll give it to him. I think Daniel will be okay. Same with Luciana. Now we got Dwight and Sherry. Dwight is safe. I just don't see a scenario where Dwight dies. I really don't. I think he's going to be used for other stuff down the line, especially now that we know there's a crossover series being planned for the franchise. I think Dwight will definitely be in that, probably even Dead City. Sherry is a character that, to be honest, I really thought they were going to kill her off for a lot of the time, but I just don't see how they could kill her off. Like, I just don't see how. Like Sherry at this point, like, if they were going to kill her off, I feel like it would have been in episode 9. If they kill her in this episode, I'm just going to be like, what's the point of that? Also, why would you kill Sherry off after you just killed Finch off? Like, that is ultimate Dwight torture right there. And I wouldn't like it because then Dwight would just be right back where he started in season 5 of Fear, Like, no family, completely lost man, goes out on the road, that's it, Like, nothing would change, right? So, to me, Sherry has to survive, and I don't really see them pulling it. I don't at this point. I used to think so, but now that I've seen these episodes, I can say, no, I don't see a scenario where Sherry dying would make any sense, to be honest, because she's one of those deaths that you're going to have to do like in a very detailed, drawn out way, and I don't see a scenario where we're going to have time to do that. I really don't. So Sherry, I think, is going to be fine as well. I think Dwight and Sherry will both survive Fear. Hopefully they'll both be used in the franchise down the line. That'd be amazing if that was the case, but I guess we'll have to see. Next up we have June. June, I'm also going to say she's safe. I can't see them killing off another Dory. She's also the last Dory we really properly have for the show, so I just don't see that being a scenario that really makes a lot of sense. We also have Dove. Dove, I could see being a casualty. Dove, like, kind of dying off in the battle, some random, character that just gets shot in the head or something. Like, yeah, Dove strikes me as that kind of character, and I just don't want to see her live either, so I'm also going to put her in there for that reason. I don't like Dove. I never liked Dove, so I'm going to throw her in there as well, just because I want it to happen. So, now we have a few other characters. We got Troy Otto, of course. Let's get him out of the way. Troy is a character that I think they are absolutely going to kill. He's also a huge death prediction of mine for these final 2 episodes. I think Troy will definitely die. I think someone will kill him, preferably Daniel, although they might just, go the boring route and have it be Madison. But, Troy, no, I think Troy is going to die. I don't see any scenario where he survives this, so Troy's another big one I'm predicting. Tracy, on the other hand, I think she'll survive. I think they'll keep her alive, for the story overall, you know what I mean? I definitely think so. Now, we also have some of the others like Strand's family, Anton and Klaus. I think they'll live because I think Strand is going to die sacrificing himself for them. So I think they'll probably make it. And I'm just trying to kind of rack my brain, guys, on some of the characters that we have because, like, Morgan's gone, Morgan's gone. Sarah, Wendell, some of those others, they're dead. They're, like, dead off screen. Althea, I don't think is going to be returning back to the show. And like aside from that, like there is Troy's right-hand man. I forget the guy's name, but he'll probably die in the battle. You know what I mean? He'll probably be killed off as well. But like aside from that, I'm really trying to think. I don't think we're missing anybody. I think that's relatively it. Man, the cast for Fear really is short too. Like they're really, the cast is really, really small. I guess there's Alicia's fan club or fan group or whatever. Yeah, they'll probably be alive. I think that's relatively it in terms of characters that are actively in the show right now. I think that's it. Yeah, unless I'm missing someone, I'm pretty sure that's most of it right there. I think the only other character we have left to really mention, and this one is a big if, is Alicia. Which, if they brought Alicia back, at this rate, with how much they're dragging it out, she would be alive. But again, I'm really not all that sure that they're going to be bringing her back to begin with. So that one's just kind of a very small chance, a very unlikely one. But that's another one we'll kind of throw in there. But in terms of this finale, in terms of this episode, and even if there's characters I haven't mentioned, that's the gist of the main characters. I think the big 2 that I'm looking out for right now is Strand and Troy Otto. I think so. I think Strand is going to try to die in a way that's going to be very poetic, Whether or not it's going to be a good death, we'll have to see, but I think Strand is going to take himself out. And I think it's going to be on purpose, too. Like, I think it'll be something revolving around him blowing up or something, or, like, walkers devouring him in front of everybody. Like, it's going to be one of those type of things. And I think Madison's going to be the one that tries to sacrifice herself with the flare, and then Strand's going to come in, he's going to be like, no, I'm going to do this, I think that's probably what it'll be. But so Strand for sure. I think Troy will definitely die, and then maybe Dove is like a side character, stuff like that. I think that's relatively the gist of it. I don't think it's going to be like the bloodiest finale, but I think Troy and Strand are going to be big enough ones to where it's going to be like, okay, that was pretty huge, right? But yeah, there you go. That's what I think we're going to get in terms of deaths for this series finale. I do not think we're going to find Alicia dead. I do not think so. I'd be surprised if we had an answer on her, to be honest, in these final 2 episodes. At this rate, like, yeah, honestly. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's relatively where I stand on my death predictions for the final 2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. Post your comments down below, and if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Should have follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.